Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex of Coyote Astrology, and this is my weekly forecast for the week of April 15th, 2019. This is also my full moon video. We have a full moon coming in this Friday the 19th, so we have a big week ahead full of completely new energy than we've been existing in. I think the second half of April looks drastically different from the beginning. We're coming to an abrupt awakening as we have Mercury finally leave the sign of Pisces and enter the cardinal sign of Aries on Tuesday the 16th. So if you watched my Mercury retrograde survival guide video, you may remember how we talked about mid-April being that time period when we finally sort of come out of the dreamy haze of Pisces with all the Neptunian energy, which was very much geared towards deception and illusion, and this sort of lethargic inability to really get a clear understanding of where we're trying to go. All of that ends tomorrow on Tuesday when we enter Aries, where we can really have a more agile, clear mind state. I think for a lot of us this will come as a welcomed change, but of course for others this can also be a sobering wake-up call as we really step into reality. It's sort of a, seeing the dust settle and seeing things how they really are and having to confront things as they really are. We can't really escape from that anymore now that we're leaving Pisces behind. So this is kind of the end of illusion, you could say. And reality is very confronting this week. And the cosmic energy is really asking that we accept that, know that, and with ourselves in mind, move forward, operating from a place of really having to navigate according to what it is that's best for us and not for other people. And what makes that challenging is we have this full moon on Friday in Libra. Full moons are kind of the crux or the climax of a certain lesson, and we've been in this very interesting relationship portal. We had a full moon in Libra followed by a new moon in Aries, and now we have another full moon in Libra. So relationships are very much a part of this, and Libra really wants things to be peaceful. It wants to get along with other people. It doesn't want to argue. It doesn't like confrontation. It wants things to be romantic and idealistic. But in many ways, they can't be at this point. We really have to deal with reality. We have to self-actualize and not harmonize to the needs of other people around us to the point that we're not taking care of what needs to be done in order to step into our path. And when Mercury enters Aries on Tuesday, it's going to come face to face with Chiron in Aries. Remember, we have Chiron, the wounded healer in the first degrees of Aries. So there's this collective identity wound that's going to be very much brought sharply to focus on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, when the moon first enters Libra, it's going to come into a direct opposition with Mercury and Chiron. So starting on Wednesday, as we build up to the full moon on Friday, there's this little portal that opens where identity wounds are brought to the surface. We can't hide them anymore. We can't escape from them anymore. This can be insecurities. And then we're experiencing that mirror effect with other people. Our interpersonal relationships are our biggest teachers. And we're feeling collectively really inspired to do what's best for us with this energy. And in a perfect world, our partners, our friends, our jobs, they would always be on the same page. But of course, we know in reality they aren't always. What makes this even more challenging is this full moon is in opposition to the sun in Aries conjunct Uranus, and Uranus by nature is cataclysmic change. It really detonates anything it's around and causes it to erupt and change drastically. So with Uranus conjunct the sun in Aries, we're going through a massive identity shift this week, very much focused on self-actualization, very much focused on self-empowerment, and really having to plow ahead regardless of how that might affect relationships. This is a time when any relationship that's not supportive of our individual path of self-actualization must be changed or shed. So this is really a game changer with regards to a lot of relationships in our life. This is kind of a breakup or breakthrough moment, I feel, and best case scenario, our needs do come to the surface in a very honest way. Again, we're not able to escape from it anymore. We can't slap on a smile and pretend that things are a certain way to please our partners or bosses or whatever. We really have to be who we truly are. So this is a week, I think, where that's going to really be revealed in this very honest way. Caution being that Mercury in Aries has a fiery temper. There is a lot of explosive energy around this full moon with Uranus as well. And then we look at the ruler of Aries, Mars in Gemini, which also speaks very rapidly. So I think that we want to go into this full moon boldly proclaiming what it is that we need, not being afraid to step into that place of self-empowerment and self-preservation, but also recognizing that, you know, other people are going through their own identity crisis as well, and holding that safe space to witness one another and encourage other people to self-empower, even if it threatens where we're at, even if it is scary to have a partner make sudden bold shifts and wondering how that's going to factor into the relationship, knowing that the basic health of the relationship actually relies on that fluidity and that support, as long as it truly aligns with yours. So I think that it can be a powerful week actually for partnerships that are able to provide that for one another, as long as both partners are showing up in a mature and honest way, looking out for themselves. It's very healthy. But for partnerships that are wanting to remain in a pre-existing state and resisting growth, this of course can be challenging, and it can also be frightening within ourselves if we're resisting growth. A lot of this can be happening really fast. We're kind of exiting out of Pisces and waking up and smelling the coffee very quick. So just recognizing that, knowing that this is a week where we are going to change drastically. We're going to come into new realizations about ourselves and being prepared for that and honoring that, and then stepping into the place of excitement and conquering that and going forth the way that an Aries would, with this kind of trailblazing warrior-like energy as we go into the month of Taurus. Saturday, the sun will move into Taurus. Venus will enter Aries, so we have more of this cardinal energy. So in many ways, this is really the astrological new year. Normally we have the new year when the sun goes into Aries, but we had all of that weird post-shadow Mercury and Pisces stuff. So we're leaving that behind. We don't even need to talk about it anymore. And we're really starting fresh and coming in to meet an entirely new version of ourselves with the paths a lot more clear and the runway clear for takeoff. So I hope you guys have an amazing week full of revolution and growth in your relationships, hopefully in support of what's best for you. If you would like to reach out to me for a reading, I am available for that this week. I'm also available for chart readings for couples. I'm doing synastry and composite. Honestly, this might be a really good week for that. So you can reach out to me. My email will be down below. And if you have enjoyed the music in the background of this video, it's been brought to you by Signs of Life, and I'll put the track listing down there as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week.